Toggle laptop.
My triple certified PMP, PMISP, PGMP. But PGMP took a good amount of time. Like when I look at Matt and his success story, there's so many things. Few from my side, but more Matt from your side. Like I moved from UAE to in US, and we were unable to coordinate that time. Then we requested Mr. Sami. He jumped in, and in last 1.5 month, he made sure that you did it. But
Yes.
it was such a success journey. Like I want to say, Matt, you got COVID 2 times in the journey.
Two times,
Yeah,
yes.
he got COVID 2 times. Took like we start something, he do something, got COVID. Then family got sick and so many things. But I have to say that 3.5 months back, Matt said that, "Hey Amir, I want to close this in this year," and I would like to thank Mr. Abdurrahim to make sure that the goal is achieved. So Matt, first of all, how you would like to share your journey? Then I will go to Abdurrahim. Please go ahead.
Oh yes, that was the not an easy journey, and it would not be possible without your help and definitely Mr. Sami's help. I really appreciate the support from Mr. Sami, and he was always available for my questions and always put me in the right direction. And yeah, the my actually, if I want to say how was the journey, my journey started 2 years back when I first called you for the SP, and then you directed me to PMP, and then we did SP after that, and then you tricked me to do the PGMP.
I tricked you. Now you will also say me the same for portfolio. You have said it with 3 times when to start. I'm saying no, no, no. Okay, but the good thing is even I tricked it. You are PGMP certified today, and I'm so
Yeah,
happy.
I'm very happy you did that. Thanks for that.
I'm very happy. Mr. Sami, how would you like to state things? How the journey was?
Yes, it was. Congratulations to Mr. Matt, first of all. So, as you already mentioned the whole story, he was when he contacted us through you that in September he contacted me, and the first thing he said that his application is going to expire in December 2024.
Mm.
So I think it was 1st of December. I was checking your date, and we said, okay, let's try to focus it. And then he started to take the one-to-one classes. He was the coaching call. The major problem that we had was the time difference, but he was sharp enough to understand the concepts by himself. And then at any time when he had the query, then we went in a way that he watched the videos, any clarification we did it. I think that was also the good approach because of the maximum thing we could do. And then we started to prepare started with the mocks, then we went to the blue background questions. Then in the meantime, luckily we had 4 to 5 students recently passed in October. That also gave us a lot of motivation, gave us a lot of insight into the exam questions. And on 14th of November we targeted it. So he was a big panic that he wanted to do earlier, but I said no, if we cannot take any risk, if your application will be expiring in December, don't think that you have the second attempt. So we will do it one time, we will go it directly straight. So that was a bit thing that we discussed, but I said no, we will do it with all above target. That was my first requirement to him, and then we prepared accordingly, and I'm really proud that he did with all above target.
I
So
love.
congratulations, Mr. Matt.
I love to say about the above target and how the things are. Like, this is such a beautiful scorecard, Matt. I love it. So if we look at the scorecard, okay, so above target, above target, above target, above target, above target. It does not get better than that. So, Matt, let's walk into the difficulty. Okay, the time and challenges was. Let's talk about exam part. How difficult the exam was if we put it in the context.
The exam was actually I started really good. It was like easy questions when I started, and then it was like a ups and downs in the questions. It was easy. It gets hard and very hard, and then again it gets easy and hard, very hard, again easy. So it was like ups and downs. There was time I was thinking that I was going very fast in the exam. Like just look at the question, select the answer. But there were like a couple of questions that I had to think a lot on them to because the question itself it was not very clear, so I was reading it and reading it over and over again I finally could find like a keyword, and by that keyword I could solve um, the the question.
Okay, okay. Yes, Mr. Sami.
So, Mr. Matt, as we said, how relevant were the coaching calls for the exam, especially the blue background question that we did?
Yes, very good, very good. It was very much relevant. I could say 70% of the question, at least, if not more, was from the blue background question, green background question, and mocks.
Mhm.
So if the questions was not exact words or exact numbers that we were working, it was just a little bit change in wording, but same question.
Okay, okay.
Okay.
Matt,
And what about the timings? Like when you started, in how much time did you finish the exam and did you take any breaks?
I did not take any break. When I finished, I had 10 minutes extra. When I finished for all the questions, I had 10 minutes extra, which I reviewed a couple of questions.
mhm.
But yeah, I did not have like much extra time at the end, just 10 minutes.
Okay, okay. How was Mr. Abdurrahim follow-up? You know my follow-up, we have been into that. How was his follow-up, especially in the last 2 months?
Yeah, very good. I really appreciate Mr. Sami. His follow-up was very good, and he himself is very patient with all
No,
my
not
questions.
like me. Not like me.
Yeah, he was very patient, always answer my question. Even if I answer one question in different ways, many times, he was always come with the answer and help me to understand what's the logic behind that answer. And that understanding the concept and logic was very helpful. And actually, that helped me to pass the exam and like find the solution for the questions.
Yeah. So you would say that I did a right job finding a great team member and making sure he
Yes, of
stays
course.
good. Okay. Okay. Matt, how was the coaching calls? You watched most of the coaching calls recording, right? So how are the
Yes.
coaching calls and why do you think it is important for the people also?
So I tell you about my experience. So first I looked at the like classes. I watched the classes videos. Okay, I got some understanding of what the PgMP is, what we are looking at. And then I read the booklet again. I had some understanding, but there were like lots of points I did not understand, or the lots of dots I could not connect to each other. After coaching calls and after mocks, watching coaching calls for the mocks, watching coaching calls for the blue background questions, and the regular coaching calls that Mr. Sami had actually helped me to really understand what we are talking about and like connecting those dots together. So after that, after the coaching call, if when I read the booklet for the second time or third time, then I really understand all of those questions I had for the first time. And there were like lots of questions. Why this is there? Why this is there? Why we have the same thing in two different documents or this kind of things. Then after those coaching calls, I could understand them. And after those coaching calls, finding the answer for the questions, learning how to use the elimination techniques, the keywords to use for elimination techniques. All of these were so much clear,
So
and they
much.
were very helpful.
I want to say here for everyone who will watch this video, and I will re-emphasize one thing. So Matt joined us a year back. There were so many times, like sometime whenever now this is my habit with Matt. Whenever he says that Amir, I need space, I leave him, right? But this is one thing I really take proud in my organization, and Mr. Abdurrahim is taking it with us on the same level. We never leave a student till he becomes certified. So I'm really proud of you, how we moved to it, how we achieved that goal. Mr. Abdurrahim, you wanted to have some questions, please.
Yes, and Matt, how was the echo in the exam and how you were able to understand the flow of exam content outline? Because a lot of students always have this problem.
Yes, the again, as I said, when after those coaching calls, after questions, those blue and green background questions, when I read eco again, the first time I read eco, it was so I could not understand it anymore at all because it was like very different words that are they are not related together. After those questions, after watching those coaching calls, when I read eco again, it became clear to me. Then I could find, okay, we have this keyword in this document, in this document, and in this document. We have it in this domain, and another domain. It became clear to me what it wanted to tell me. And after the last time I read it, actually it felt very logical to me that it aligns with the booklet and with the study we had. So yeah, I actually first I tried to memorize it. It was absolutely not possible. And then I started to read it and read it again and again. Then it became clear to me what the concept behind it.
So the clear point message that Mr. Matt is giving, that don't try to remember or cram anything in PGMP, because if you will cram it, surely you're not going to pass the exam unless you understand the complete flow, how the flow of information is going, and accordingly you can answer the questions. Okay, and
Exactly.
Mr. Matt, because you watched the coaching calls and then you did the firstly the chapter wise questions, then you saw the coaching call, then we went to the final mocks. For you, how was the sequence of preparation? Is it possible to shortcut something, or you would prefer to go from basics and then it is possible to build on the concepts?
I think the fellow that you are doing right now, we are having right now is very good. So first understanding study the each chapter, then doing the like chapter questions, then going to coaching calls, doing mocks, green background, blue background. I think that's a very very good flow, and it helped me a lot. Um, I actually can't think of any better way to do that.
Okay, okay. And Amit,
Okay.
about the question?
Yeah. So one of the important thing that I would love to ask you, the videos were there, but this PGMP community that we have built. Now you are 54th PGMP, Mr. Abdurrahim?
Yes, right.
54th PGMP, and you were just adding the question answer. You were replying to somebody else when I messaged you. Hey Matt. Now this is a very interesting thing. Like I am in US, Mr. Sami is in Nigeria, and he is in Australia. So that's such a time zone that for last 4 days, and I was having my batch, we were unable even to get a time to sit together to record the journey. So this was interesting time, and I really thanks Mr. Sami. It's very late for him. Mr. Sami, what's the time for you?
Midnight after 9.
Wow.
No problem. No
Yeah.
worries. Okay.
Yeah. So, how important that PGMP community do you think is for where people are getting not only motivated but also learning from each other?
Yes, and that's the other thing I wanted to say. The community, this PGMP group we have, the community we have is very helpful, very good to have, very good to share the concerns, questions, answers together. So I have not seen in person any of these people that we have in the PGMP group, or I see you and Mr. Sami only on videos and these calls. But for example, there are many other students we have in the PGMP group. I have not seen them I have not seen them even their video or anything from their any photo or in person, but I really know them. I feel that I know them because I have when I was watching the study classes, I knew some of them. When I was watching coaching calls, I knew some of them. So even though I have not met any of them, but I think I know lots of them.
Okay, that is great. That is great. Now, a very important things about booklet. I have a booklet behind me. You can see PGMP booklet. Mr. Sami, see if we can send one booklet to him in Australia, right?
Okay, sure.
So
We
we'll
will
try
try.
to send a signed copy to you or
Sure.
however in Australia.
Sure.
One of our old certified PGMP, and both of our ex-boss is there. So when we sent few of the copies with him. So PGMP booklet, you had the soft copy with you. So how important that was for the
Yes.
keywords and the things of those nature.
That's the main key. So the especially for the documents, the which lots of inputs and outputs, those magic grids, charter, business case, benefit register, benefit management plan, all of these. Actually, only those keywords was the main help for understanding what's coming in, what's coming out, what we do with that, and that was the great help. That was the main help for the exam for those keywords. As I mentioned, I was for those questions. I had no idea what they wanted to ask or what the answers is. I was just looking for one keyword. If I could find one keyword, I could solve the question. And yeah, that's the very lean, effective, and important thing to have this booklet and read it and study those keywords.
Okay.
Okay, and Mr. Matt, in the exam, how many questions? We don't need to mention the exact questions from agile domain, collaboration, and risk, because we have seen in the recent exam that this is, although not in the exam content outline, but few questions are coming around 10 to 15. So, what is your experience of these three particular domains?
For my understanding, my exam was that I did not have many collaboration, so maybe one question.
Mhm.
Agile, I had the agile word in the questions, but asking about the agile concepts and agile methodology, maybe
Okay.
or one or two. There were like agile words in the questions, but they did not ask about agile. And what was the other one?
Risk.
Risk. I had like 5 to 10 questions. Risks.
Mm.
That
Okay.
like they were like referring to risk register, risk management plan, how to contingencies.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Things of those nature. Okay. Okay. Oh, yeah.
Yes.
What would be your advice to the people who are preparing, how they should prepare?
I think the following the roadmap that Mr. Sami is preparing is the best way. I followed and the good thing about this roadmap that Mr. Sami is preparing is that it's dynamic. It's not like just one roadmap that you follow. So it changes based on the status, based on the situation that you are in. If you are, if someone is like stronger at some points, weaker at other points, it can change. If there is a time constraint, if we have more time, it changes. It's a very dynamic roadmap and it's very helpful.
So what we say, customize the roadmap. That is the thing there. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Sami. Yeah, please go ahead.
Yes, only one thing in adding to Mr. Matt, like everybody who is doing PGMP is of different nature and they're all senior professionals, very, very busy. So I think it's very important to have the customized roadmap, listen to the, like we say, listen to the customer, listen to the stakeholders, what is their requirement, how they feel convenient to study. It's not because somebody is a good, like Mr. Amir always says, somebody is a book reader, somebody is a good listener, somebody learns from the videos. So whatever you are doing, try to understand the questions, try to understand the concepts, and then surely the exam will be easy for you. Yes,
Thank you.
Mr. Amir.
Thank you
Okay,
very
from my
much.
side.
Thank you, Matt, for your time. You see, this is a success story. He can complain, he can cry. He had all the excuses, right? He had all the excuses. He did not use the blame. He used the relationship. We find out way, like me and Matt was unable to find a combined schedule, but we find out a way and we worked into it. Mr. Abdurrahim worked with us, and we got it in this far. This is a message for everyone. 54 PGMPs with 100% success record. We leave no man behind. Every single person will become PGMP. We had students clearing in 1 month, and we had students whose application was approved by us for last 1 year. But we worked with Matt. I'm really proud of you. For people
Yeah. I'm
like
really thankful.
for they give up and come back, but you are amazing, and I really love you for that. It was an interesting journey. Thank you very much, and looking forward to everyone else who wants to join. Thank you, Matt. Thank
Thank
you.